Welcome back to Close Up. A hotly contested three-way state Senate race will be decided Tuesday. We'll talk with two of those candidates here today. First up, the man who's coming out of a very brief retirement from state politics to run for his old seat, Senator David Booten. Senator,
thank you, Adam.
Thanks for joining us.
Pleasure to be here with you this morning.
You've been a key vote in favor of Medicaid expansion here in New Hampshire. Right. If the federal commitment starts to drop off, how does the state maintain that?
Well, I think that's a good question. I don't know exactly. I mean, that's something we're going to have to look at. But the reason I think that the reason I supported Medicaid expansion is because we had $500 million in uncompensated care, which then all of us had to pay for in our insurance premium. And now in this state, we now have 50,000 people who are getting health insurance. So that's a good thing. And the overall cost to us is lower because now their health issues are being taken care of. So again, that's one that's going to have to be looked at. I think that right now it's not going to go away. It's still there for the time being.
You've been involved in town government as well as state government.
Right.
The state came up with a unique way to fund kindergarten with Keno.
Yeah.
Would you want Keno machines in Hooksett?
Well, look, I never voted for Keno. I would not vote myself personally to have Keno machines in Hooksett. But you know, I did support full-day kindergarten, and so this is the art of compromise in the legislative process. And so they melded those two together. They passed it. I'm not a big fan of the Keno, but I'm very supportive of the full-day kindergarten funding. The other balance of it, they funded 1,800, so now there's another 700 that we need to come up with. And I'm hoping, if I'm elected, I'm hoping that I can work on that come January.
Finding a fix there. Another issue, in your last term, you were on the forefront of trying to fix what's wrong with DCYF.
Yes.
Did the reforms that passed in this last session go far enough, or is there more work to be done there?
Well, there is more work to be done. But let's look at the positive. First of all, the Office of Child Advocate, which the commission that I chaired, that was the last initiative we had come up with. So I'm very pleased that that's going to happen. So now there'll be someone independent of the department who will have their own budget. They'll have subpoena power. So that's good. The other thing is the additional 20 caseworkers. It's very, very important so that more of these situations are taken care of more quickly.
There's a Libertarian candidate in this race, Jason Dubrow, and we should note that 3 weeks ago we extended an invitation to him to come on this show. He said he was not available. But Senator Booten, this district of yours here has a pretty solid contingent of Libertarian votes. Are you worried at all about losing Liberty Republicans to Mr. Dubrow?
Well, in all my elections over 7 years in the Senate and 4 years in the House, there's always been that contingency. I can tell you that there are some libertarians out there that I knew when I served in the legislature, and they're supporting me. They have signs in their lawns, so they're actively supporting me. You know, you never discount anybody. So I've worked very hard this whole campaign. It's been a very great experience, talking with thousands of people, you know, knocking on doors, and so I'm not going to worry about that. I always just worry about my message and how I get it out to the people. And so that's what's important to me.
Everybody always wants to try and extrapolate the larger narrative from these races, especially in a special election. Right. And particularly heading into 2018, what's going on in Washington. Do you hear anything at all when you're out campaigning about President Trump? Are there people out there who are concerned about that in your race?
No, you know, people are more interested in what's going on in New Hampshire and what's going on in their immediate life. By the way, this is my third special election. So I have some experience with special elections and how critical it is to get out and meet the voters. So, no, you know what they talk about? They talk about the drug crisis and how the state's addressing that. What I hear from a lot of people is they don't support the idea of sanctuary cities. That is just something they don't want to see here in New Hampshire. They want to see us keep working towards expanding business and creating good-paying, high-quality jobs. And the lowering of the business profit tax and the business enterprise tax is going to help do that, as well as the other initiatives that got passed. The $36 million for local road bridges, additional $7 million for the community college system so that they can train the kids, give them good skills, they can go out and get good paying jobs. The $2.5 million for workforce housing, which, by the way, the New Hampshire Housing and Finance Authority will tell you that that has a $6 time multiplier. So that's actually putting $13 million in there to create workforce housing.
All right, Senator Booten, enjoy the home stretch here, or the last couple days of this special election, and we'll check in with you on Tuesday.
Thank you very much, Adam.
We appreciate your time.
Yep.
And we'll be